I'll just fix my Firestarter, my weapon groups. Yeah, so I've got just this 2-button masher, and I don't even need chain fire for it. It doesn't really have heat problems. You can just fire continuously from memory. I haven't used it for a while, so I'm excited to give this a shot. And my support mechs are my beloved Kintaro and the Battlemaster. So hopefully my Kintaro doesn't get destroyed. And the Battlemaster with Mr. Freeman. So he's the assault mech of the Lance, and 3 reasonably good all-rounders. Not a lot of long range capability, but oh well, let's give it a try. So I'm just seeing how my system actually performs while recording. The frame rate can be a bit tricky at times, especially with lots of explosions and things happening. So,
Reactor online.
Right. I think we've landed right in the middle of some action.
Weapons
by
online.
the sounds outside, which is
All systems
a bit of
nominal.
interesting thing that happens in this game. Yep, landed right on the base. So I'm just going to, oh yeah, my frame rate isn't great. There we go, so made short work of the locust. So that's a cicada, they're very common, seem to be very common in the game. So I'm just firing the machine guns continuously, and it's taken about 5 seconds to take out a cicada.
Target acquired.
So I'll just direct my Lance over here. I'll not go this way. Let's have a look.
Target acquired.
So we're a short-ranged monster. So we're taking on another Firestarter here in a second, and a Centurion. Take out the big one. Eagles. They're quite tough. Often they have PPCs, which makes them difficult. Just direct my Lance over here. So there's a few mechs here. There's an Orion, Centurion. Centurion has the large weapon on the right arm usually, so usually target that first, just to take him out of commission, and then go from there. So the Centurion, you see I've not attracted any fire just yet, so I'm putting myself in harm's way here. This could go badly. My Lance are in a bit of a serve. There we go. So I just killed the Centurion. Let's go 1-to-1, toe-to-toe, the Spider. Those machine guns make a lot of special effects. There we go. That took a little while. The Urban Mech. He's got a AC-20 on his right arm, and he's going to kill me if I don't get rid of it. Okay, come on. No, other arm. Let's go. So now all he has is a small laser. I can almost leave him for now. What do we have here? Okay, Jenna. He's already been damaged quite significantly. So I do have a mod for the machine gun weapon range, just to make them a little bit better with their range. They had like 130 meters or something. This has changed them to slightly more than that, which is nice. Okay, so taking out most of the small mechs. We have the big one. I'm going to get everyone to attack him. He is not attacking me. Sometimes these missions they do attack you, the assassination mechs. So I'm actually being damaged by my lance mates. There we go. So that already done quite a lot of damage to him. I'm not sure if the assassin mechs actually have more in the way of hard points or whether they're hero mechs or anything like that. But yeah, they do seem fairly tough. Sometimes they aim for you before the others. It's pretty strong. There, I'm going to take out Urban Mech's right arm. Okay, so I'm taking a lot of damage, but remember, I'm in a Firestarter, and take him out. So the Urban Mech, you take out that right arm, and it's basically just useless. It's just got one small laser, but that AC-20 that will hurt you.
Target acquired.
So I don't even have the range to. Oh, there we go. So you can get the a little bit more with the machine guns now, and the machine gun on its own is not great, but 4 of them is useful in a medium and small mech. Obviously, there's a lot of hard points, but they're only half a ton each. So I believe we've had a fairly successful mission. I'm not impressed with my my Kintaro being damaged so much by Mosha. Mosha, you may end up being sacked for that. But we have taken out a lot of mechs. Ooh, there we go, just out of nowhere.
Focus target received,
I'll
Commander.
get my lance to attack this guy. How dare he attack the dropship? So, just going to give him the Alpha Strike machine gun attack with lasers.
Target destroyed.
Make short work of the cicada.
Slash target.
Target
Oh, and we
acquired.
have another one over here. So I'll order my lance over this way. It's a Locust.
Explosion imminent.
So they
Your
are
target's
annoying
about to crit, Commander.
and can be
Yeah.
just more of a distraction
Holding
on
it to
the AI
waypoint.
opponents. You'll have an assault or a heavy mech standing there firing large weapons, and your lance will be focusing on a little Locust running around in circles and not really dealing much damage, but the damage that your lance mates are receiving from the heavy opponent seems to actually cause a lot of damage. So effectively, they're a pest and can cause a lot of damage just because of the AI not sort of prioritizing the heaviest, more damaging mech, but more the closest mech. Same with the cicada. Yeah. So here's what happens. So I've got an Orion here. Share cost 23, which is it's just a lot. Like it's what is it? A heavy mech. It's not worth 23, even if I had it. So I'm going to grab. I can't remember what the name of this one is. But Spider. I'll grab the Spider for 7. And I just usually hit the top button there. So we got some ACs, got a medium laser, 2 tier, always use those. And then the rest is fairly low, a couple of SRM2s. So I'm not really looking at the dollar value as much as the usefulness, because some of these things, like especially early on, you might see down here a 3-tier laser or something like that, or a 2-tier SRM, and think, oh, it's only $25,000 or C-bills, but you may not find that in the store until you level up a fair bit. So that's sort of where I go with that sort of thing. Took a fair bit of damage. That's probably me, but that Kintaro taking a lot of damage has bumped that up. But I've still managed to end up with 2 0.9 million salvage and 1.3 million in payment. So if we look at the damage costs, so the Kintaro took 439 in damage, but it also dealt over 1,000 damage. It's not often that the AI will actually inflict more damage than what you will. I took out 8 mechs and it only took out 2, but it took out a lot of air units and turrets. That thing has it's more of a specialised build for close range combat, so if I was going to make more of a support mech, I might place a couple of LRMs on it. The Battlemaster, it took a lot of damage as well, 136, but that's fine. And the Blackjack, it dealt the third amount of damage, and only cost 44,000 in damages. So even though it doesn't seem to be a highly prized mech, this one does seem to work fairly well. So there you go. The main thing would be the Kintaro taking the 10 times more damage. So I've just won a bit more for my completion, a 300,000 C-bills, a bit more reputation, 2 LRM-15s and 10 heat sinks. So yep, that's fine. And I'll just have a look at the Kintaro. Did it lose a weapon? Must have. Okay, so it lost an SRM-6, which is annoying. I put the higher tier one in the body, and honestly, if I was playing properly, I am playing properly. This is part of my mission, but I'd probably put a slightly lower tier in the AI mechs, but I just didn't want to this time, and I paid the price. So there you go. That's my take. I'll probably do a few more videos like this, and just experiment a little bit with some of the different loadouts you can do. Obviously, I've got a lot of double heat sinks. TTB picked up that you can find them on certain mechs, certain hero mechs. One of the urban mechs has about 6 on it, and it's very cheap. They're more, again, it's not price, it's that they're rare. They're hard to find in the stores. So if you find them on a mech, salvage them, look after them. And I've probably been a bit reckless putting these on a AI, a lance mate. I don't think that the actual AI lance mates really will overheat. They seem to just fire in a constant pace, and not necessarily doing the alpha strikes like what we do, like what humans do, because we like to take out our opponents with dramatic fashion. So but that Firestarter, I took quite a lot of damage, and obviously if you went into the higher tiers, you'd need to look at something else, which I think the logical step up is the Kintaro for close range, sneaking up on the opponent while they're distracted by your heavier AI lance mates, and take out the core in the rear end. And look, I've even had some that turn on me, and I just hit them in the cockpit and take them out as well. And I just, like, some of those mechs were heavy mechs, and I took them out almost single-handedly with Firestarter, which is a 35-ton mech. So it's pretty overpowered for a 35-ton mech. So, and it's a lot of fun as well. Like, you run around at 97 kilometers an hour and run rings around some of the heavy mechs. Obviously, lack of armor later in the game would make it difficult, especially when you've got PPCs and AC-20s on multiple on some of the mechs. You could end your mission very quickly. But that's enough for now. I'll talk to you later.